Excuse me 1 second, hold the clock. I hear when the lawyer reads the introduction here, so I'd like you to read this before you start, sir. And we won't start the clock until you're ready.
Alfred, I decline, sir. I'm not reading that.
You can keep it, it's for you.
No, sir.
Wow, bold.
He gets bolder and bolder every meeting. You would think by now you guys would have had a talk with him about these shenanigans. So what was the purpose of giving me that? Matt, before you start the clock, what was the purpose of that?
It's written right here, sir.
But what was the purpose of giving it to me,
Because
sir?
you don't obey this part of the.
But I just got here, so I haven't said a word. What was the purpose of coming out here and giving it to me? I heard what he said. I heard what Mr. Driscoll said. I was standing right out there. But why did you have to give it to me? You didn't give it to her or anybody else or the gentleman that just spoke. Why me?
You weren't in here, sir.
I was standing right there, sir.
I answered your question. Excuse me.
It's all right, Nikki. It's okay. His character is showing. I just want to state for the record, Mr. Mayor, that's not acceptable. That's rude. I'm coming here to address you guys, and this is what I'm dealing with. You all are witnessing this. How do you sit here and you know, Chopper, Alfred, whatever you want to go by, you have to stop, sir. You have to show people respect. You may not like me, sir, but you have to respect me. I'm here as a citizen. I pay taxes in this city, and I live in this city, and I know you know it. So I appreciate you coming to make it known that you have to give me a paper, but enough is enough. Enough is enough. Appalled I am. So, Chief, thank you for coming to the African American Club and supporting the African American community. It meant a lot to us. Sorry that some of the people that are running for election didn't get a chance to stop by and make it to show your support. Now, what I would also like to say to the gentleman that said something about the trash service, you should tune in a little bit more, my friend, because there's going to be a lot more things happening that you will not get notified about. I assure you. And you are right. Monopolization. Look more into it. Public records request if I were you. Now, back to the council. You all just watched your mayor come down here and humiliate himself for the second or third time to me publicly. He does it to nobody else. So do any of you have the decency to tell him to simmer down? Do any of you have the decency to say, Chopper, what are you doing? Let the man speak. I have 3 minutes to speak, and I can never come up here to exercise my First Amendment constitutional right because of you, sir. You stop me at every turn you can, and you make it known. Now, if you have a problem with me because of the color of my skin, you could talk to me personally about it. It was Martin Luther King Day yesterday. Do you not have any decency in your soul or in your heart to be a decent person when I'm speaking for 3 minutes? You just have to listen to me for 3 minutes. But you made it a point to come to me and give me that paper, just like you made it a point to interrupt me at all the meetings, but you don't interrupt anybody else. So, Alfred, I don't know what it is, but it has to stop. You need a little bit more love in your heart, sir, if you're going to occupy that position of such power. And I would suspect and hope that your colleagues sitting to the right and left of you will have a nice little talk with you about etiquette and how to treat residents. I know you don't give a damn about me, and I know you don't give a damn about us because we come here and we hold you accountable. But I'm going to tell you this, sir. You need to stop. Have some respect.
That's why I'd like to apologize to you. I'm going to continue my approach to Marlo Jones. Since I've been a mayor since April, and it even happened before a year ago when I was on council before that, I just want the respect. And, I just want him, just as this sheet of paper that I gave him is exactly what was written on our agenda. and it's a little different than what Tim reads. But it says as a whole to refrain from addressing individual members of the city council staff and to speak with the utmost courtesy to city council, city employees, and the public. And I'm just going to address that from now on because he tends to want to pick on somebody every week or every meeting, and I'm over it. I'm not going to allow that. We're going to run the meeting with respect. I've demonstrated respect to him. He has not demonstrated respect to me. So I'm going to continue that approach, and just to let you know, and bring anything up on that, I'm willing to listen, but I'm not going to, let staff be berated by him or anybody up here.
Mayor, maybe a tag on that a little bit. I think, also during our meetings, I love hearing from the public and what their opinions on things, but their time here is to tell us about what their feelings are on certain issues so that we can have that input here, and that's an opportunity for them to do there. It's not an opportunity for them to start out on a fact-finding mission or to question our staff or the city staff about various details and so forth. If there's, the agenda is published, and if there's interest in more information, there's ways to inquire about that prior to the meeting, or they can tell us that they're looking for some additional information, and we can address that as well. But I don't know that really we have, it's proper in our meetings here to, for our staff to enter in, back and forth questionnaires on various issues. I think, again, we go back to what Vox Pop and the public comments are all about, is to them to express their opinions on various issues and to let us know how they feel and listen to their concerns and questions. We can address those in our communication later, or we can get back to them or ask instruct our city manager or our administrators to get back in touch with them, if so forth. But I think that goes along with the meeting. Some of the comments you made, Mayor, that we ought to get back to as well.
For my part, I would say that I remember seeing the League of Cities putting out a brochure recently from our current president, who's the mayor of a small town in South Miami, which sounds like an oxymoron, but
Miami small town?
Yeah. But he said something he's put out called a civility pledge that he's asking people to sign, and I saw a copy of it, and it's pretty good. And I think it might be worthwhile looking at seeing that civility pledge. We can ask the folks who come if they'll sign the civility pledge. I don't know. We can't force them, but I think it's one I'm certainly happy to take and make. And I think that up here we've all been civil with each other, so I haven't really let out the Kraken on, I don't even know if it's in there.
I can't wait.
But secondly, Mayor, just the other thing is I would say if I could give you a suggestion, I would ask the attorney to read the pledge, because I think the physical approach and standing up to him gave him the opportunity to
Well,
do what
he did read, but what he reads is a little different than what's on our agenda. That's why I took this down to him.
Well, I'm just saying you could have him read it, and that has the message gets out, and you can enforce it. So just a thought,
It's just a little different, but okay.
It wasn't well received, that's for sure.
Nothing from me, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Somebody would like to propose adjournment?
I'll do that.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Thank you all. It's good to see you.
Newport Richey, Florida. I did have a huge speech written, so many speeches, but I just crossed them out. But sometimes less is more. With that being said, and before Chopper, I'm letting you know that I'm going to turn around and address someone in a positive manner. So I don't need the gavel tonight. Chief Cochin, want to thank you for attending the Martin Luther King celebration yesterday. It was greatly appreciated, and members of the community really, really appreciated you being there as well. So now, many of you know that when I get like this, it's for certain reasons. I'm hurt, I'm disgusted, and I'm upset. Oh, and disappointed. But I bet you loved your day off yesterday. Not one of you showed your face at the event yesterday at the African American Club. Not one of you. And the city noticed it. So many people ran up to me after the event, was like, wow, that was a big FU from the city of Newport Richey. It hurt. Now, some of you, I would expect you not to show up, but some of you, it really broke my heart. And to think that I had much more to say, but then I just wrote down a note to think that our mayor just stood up here and stated that he would be attending something on Saturday, but you couldn't attend the Martin Luther King celebration. That lets me know that trees are more important than your African American community. I mean, being since that's what my ancestors were hung from. I'm hurt.
Anybody else would like to speak?
But I have attended that MLK celebration for the last few years, and I did not attend this year because some of us did have to work on that day, and I did work all day. I have 3 employees out sick, and I had to work the entire day, so that's the reason I was not there. I do think it's a great event, but I just was a little bit, thrown off because to be accused of not attending because it was a black event kind of hurt my feelings as well, because I do attend a lot of those. I have a lot of friends in that community, and I just think it should have been addressed a little bit differently.
I agree with Kelly on that point. It's kind of a broad brush that we were painted with. Everybody has lives and things they have to do, and they can't make everything, and it has nothing to do with isolating or not attending for any other reason than had other things in life going on that didn't let you do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed the event on Saturday, or excuse me, on yesterday, Monday. I was with my 90-year-old father and out of town dealing with some issues with him, so things do happen from time to time.
Day as well by saying that Dixie and I went to the Dade City Martin Luther King parade, which was through the streets of town, and I've got some video of that. I might try to post it. I don't try to stay off of the media as much as I can, but Michael Penix Jr., who was the second, just behind the high, and like you, Kelly, I found myself having to work Monday. And I'm sorry that I missed it, and I'm mostly sorry that this impression that we don't care has been sort of adopted. So hopefully we can find more opportunities for togetherness. I do want.
All those in attendance must be respectful of others' opinions and refrain from making personal attacks. Any person who becomes disorderly or who fails to confine remarks to the identified subject or business at hand shall be cautioned by the presiding officer and given the opportunity to conclude remarks on the subject in a decorous manner and within the designated time limit. Any person failing to comply as cautioned may be barred from making any additional comments during the meeting by the presiding officer unless permission to continue or again address the council or board is granted by the majority of the council or board members present.
All right, do we have anybody on the list?
I did not have anyone sign up to speak.
Okay, do we have anybody who would like to speak? Please give your name and address.